Good morning and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we compare two equal and not equal brothers. $350 plus shipping, $190 including shipping. Two of these, I call them plastic Turkish bows from Turkey, Simsek Hybrid S Plus and the Okcubaba Premuim. What you get always is a sleeve, obviously. I put in the description the links to the long reviews. Today we only do a quick simple comparison. So you get a sleeve, and then you get this pretty bow from Simsek, the Hybrid S Plus. Length and everything I did already. So it's a pretty bow, of course. Decoration is extra. The plus stands for the leather wrap, but we have it in the other bow too, so it's quite nice to compare them. Okcubaba, I don't know how you pronounce it properly. So this is $190 free shipping, $350 plus shipping, and it's $35 in Europe and $50 worldwide. So the first thing what I would like to mention is Simsek bows provides you with information. From Global store I didn't get anything, not one piece of paper, and on the website at the shop site not a lot of information there. This is a little always unfortunate because I think when you invest money in a bow you should have a bit more information. So for this information wise, first point goes to Simsek bows. So then the second one, they are exactly the same. So this is 45.5 from Kottoner and this is 45.6 from Kottoner, or the other way around. So they are equally long. Now when we compare them, and then again you see they are different material. This is 45 pounds, this is 41 pounds. And you see directly the limbs from the Simsek are way thinner. Even here, thickness way thinner, even if this is in leather wrapped. Handle size is equal. Simsek maybe a little smaller. And then you see that the Simsek has a slight flex already from the handle onwards. The Okcubaba goes straight and then starts in the Kazan and in the bush. And here you have already a flex in the handle. Kazan bush goes up. The design of the sears is relatively similar. You have on both this nice defined spine, and on the back on the Simsek you have this groove in the limb, and here you have the string pad. And then the sears by itself, Simsek is a little thinner, less material. Overall a little thinner, less material, and Okcubaba is a little bigger. But does it justify the double price? So when you order it including shipping you're at $385. This one is $195. So does it justify the price difference? Let's find out. This one was shot last time, so most probably they're again a little stiff. As we figured in the last videos, they always need a few shots and they get a little more flexible. So stringing of the Simsek is easy. Maybe not for a bloody beginner, but if you've strung already a few bows, you know how to do it. Stringing of the Premuim, easy too. So both easy to string, so there is no point in either way. Let's see stiffness. This one is in this direction very stiff, and in this direction very stiff. This direction maybe a little less stiff, and in this direction the same. So stiffness is the same. The Simsek bow has the narrower arrow pass, which I always like, and is overall the more defined, the more, you know, you don't see here a seam of the leather, so it's really a more premium built bow, even without the decoration. The shape ends up being almost the same. Simsek starts a little early with the curve here and flattens out a little more here, but they are really similar in shape. Yeah, you see the difference. Try to hold it as good as possible that you see it. This is how they look like. Now we turn it around. Now you see the Okcubaba in front. Handle of the Okcubaba is a little bigger. And for the rest here you have a bit more, what I like, this defined curve here, which it's, you have here a bit more bend and then this curve flattens out earlier, and this is more the more common style, I guess. Why should I pay for a plastic bow so much more money when I can get for half the price a fiberglass bow, like let's say from Alibow? It's true. When you don't mind a little less performance, maybe a little less speed, and when you don't mind this design feature, you don't have this one, this original looking one, on none of these fiberglass bows, because they can't do this spine here. They have the normal sear coming in, or this big wood chunk here as a sear, and the piece of fiberglass is straight. So that's why when the design doesn't have to be as accurate as possible, go with a fiberglass bow. If you want to have a shooting and an optical experience as close as possible to the original bows, you don't get very far with a fiberglass bow. You might get one of these bows. And then for now it's a matter of budget. Both do still a good job for this purpose, but I guess now we need to shoot them. The Simsek ends up at 800 grams. The Okcubaba ends up at, see it, 900 grams. So, and of course you can see it already, there's way more material on the Okcubaba. The bow length is the same, so of course you end up with a bit more lightweight, 100 grams less weight than the Okcubaba. So the point goes this time to the Simsek. Let's shoot them. I shoot first Simsek 320 grain, 29 inches. Yes. Feels good. You have a little hand chuck, you feel it, but it feels like a weapon. Okcubaba, which side was up? This one. Okcubaba. I reach easier the 29 inches with this one. Feels a little slower and has not this punch. Hard to explain. Feels a little more soft. This is more kicks the arrow, and this one is a little more softish. 400 grain arrows in, and the draw length is 28 to 30. You max it out at 32, and the Okcubaba is nothing written, but I guess 30 is all you need. So. And with these Sungo arrows in 30 inches, they fly accurate. Then it feels good. So a bit heavy arrows, then this bow, handshake wise, fine. Then this starts a little more vibrating here with the heavy arrows, but it's fine too. It's hard to say. So maybe because they are just now strong and shot a few arrows, we knew that this one needs a few more shots, even this one. Out of the box, the draw experience of the Okcubaba is a little smoother, but the shooting experience definitely goes to the Simsek. See, this one has this kick and it feels like, yeah. This one is, yeah, I shoot now. This one is, yeah, I kick the arrow away. Let's do the same with the ring. Simsek 320 grain. In the ring. It's a nice bow. And the 400 grain. And oh, center shot. So 30 inches is just fine for this bow. Nice. Shooting experience. So, throw experience. Of course, this bow is 41 pounds, the other is 45, so not a complete fair comparison, if you will. Throw experience a little nicer on this one here. I just wanted to say that with the Simsek I'm more accurate, but now this one does the job, so both good. This one needs maybe a round of shots more, that you get used to it, that you get this. They're both very short, very unforgiving in this regard compared to something very long. Both do their job very well. Draw experience, this point I would give marginally to the Okcubaba, but then when it comes to the release and how this bow snaps the arrow away, point goes to the Simsek, and then it depends what you like more. You get used to both draw experiences, but shooting wise, this one. Quick the speed, because I didn't watch now my video, so I don't know which speeds we had. So we shoot again the same arrows. Of course, this bow is 4 pounds more, so not rocket science. 320 grain for the Simsek, 174. 178, 169, 400 grain, 156, 165, 163. And the Okcubaba, same way, 320 grain. Of course, it's 4 pound less. 156, a bit louder, you heard that? 173. 147. Don't think so. But when you take an average, 141. 140. So with the heavy arrows, 153. With the heavy arrows, this one falls a little more apart than the Simsek. Overall, I would give the notch to the Simsek. Handles the arrows overall a little better. You can feel this kick. It's a slight different design and most probably in the material a little different, even if the sear angle is then again the same. But you have here this curve going out, which brings a bit more pressure on the bending section. So this one is a little more snappy, a little harder to control maybe, but you get used to it. This one is the overall most probably more for everyday use. This is more for one when you already know a little what you're doing. But both of them awesome. So now the question, which bow to choose, or the more important question, is this bow worth double the price of this bow? I said this one is 195 and it's polyvinyl PPE mono filament fiberglass something. Different material, you can feel it. This one feels a little cheaper. So this one looks a bit more like the, you know, when you get a fiberglass bow and the leather is wrapped around there, you see the seam on the back. It's what you get. So optically, Simsek. Price-wise, obviously this one, but is it worth it to spend double the price? You really need to know when you have the budget. I would say yes. And when you already have a little experience in shooting short reflex bows and you have the budget, I would say yes, go with the Simsek. If you're a beginner and you're still not sure, but you shoot in an environment of humidity, hot, cold, whatever, this one will do the job for you. As said, for this one, the draw experience for me a little nicer, so the limbs come more equally back until there. This one builds up a bit more. From here onwards, the bow gets a little more stiff. So you feel here, you feel it. You need to force this bow a little more. Whereas this one continuously goes back there. So if I would be in the mood, I would do a draw curve, but I really would leave this up to the bow builders because it's not my job to do a draw curve. Simply put the bow on a rack and then measure every inch you draw what the bow is doing until you reach full draw, and then you get a nice draw curve and then you see the performance of the bow. This is very important for me, and I think one of the most important and crucial parts. Here 28 is nice, 9 is nice, 30 is nice. It goes continuously like this. Simsek 28, 29, 30. So here you feel it, it goes steep. So the draw curve there is definitely steeper. And of course it depends. When you draw 28 inches, both behave equally. If you want to draw 30, the draw experience of this one is nicer, but the shooting experience overall of this one, you feel the difference. So this one is way more snappy, way more solid, way more trustworthy. I don't know how to say. That one feels just right. When you shoot this, bam, kicks the arrows away. This one is like, yeah, I do it too, but you know, and I think it's a little bit slower than this one. So it really depends what you're looking for. Both are awesome. There is no winner. Of course, price-wise, this one will win always because it's half the price and does almost the same than this one. And if you are not into it, it needs to be the best feeling. I think this is still closest to a real composite bow from the shooting experience. This one a little less, and now it's up to you what you're looking for. When you only want to have a sturdy, I call it now a piece of plastic again, even if it's not plastic, but polyvinyl is for me plastic, and this is plastic too. Does the job very well, is a really great bow for the price, $195 including shipping. Wow. This one $350 plus shipping, but then you can have all these decorations, and you know, this is then a different level, so most probably it's not even fair to compare them. Both of them have vibration in the hand, not for very long. This one a little more harsh, you can hear it. Ding. This is more muted, this is a bit more loud, so this one punches a little more. This one shoots overall a little more elegant. Both have handshock, both have vibration, but nothing annoying. When you shoot 320 grain arrows, you feel it a little more, but you get used to it, and then you simply figure how you hold your bow, and then this is not a deal breaker on both of them. Both bows are pretty, and here you see again the way more narrow build, overall build of the Simsek bow. The limbs, everything is way more narrow, way more defined even. So this is what you get. Handle wise, almost the same. This one is a little bigger, feels for my hands a little better. This one is really quite small, but you get used to both of them. That's all. There is no real winner. As I said, depends on your budget and what you're looking for. Both awesome. You should try both, that you see which one you like. It's really personal preference. Which one would I buy? I don't have to choose, I have both. Depends. Even for me, if I would do now whatever reenactment, or would go to more competitions and would dress up in a nice Ottoman suit, I would go for this one, including the decoration. Or even when I do some photo shootings, I would always go for this one because it looks way nicer, way more beautiful, and there's more, I think the overall dimensions are closer to a horn bow, whereas this is simply the dimensions are a result of what the material can do. So it's a little more chunky, a little more bulky. Then I would go for this one. If it's only for me, I shoot Sunday afternoon a few arrows. This does the job. There you have it. This is my personal limited opinion. You can do now with it whatever you want. I gave you all the information I could give you. Thank you very much for watching. I catch you in the next one.